Alright, so making this video strictly because how annoyed I am at the situation. One of my day running lights on my passenger side went out, and it's this little guy here. It bothered me enough to try to replace it, I guess. And long story short, GM wants $2,000 for a whole assembly, and I'm not doing that because that's crazy. I messed up and bought one of these that goes to 2016 and up to 2018 Camaros. I have the 19, and I thought pretty much what was going to happen was this was going to have a module underneath it, just like the 16 to 18 models, and I assumed that it would just be like right there, just like those ones were, but I was wrong. This one's actually, there's a board inside of here. When you take it out, you can just hardly see the board. Let me show you what that looks like real quick. Okay, just took off the 4 screws right there. You take this out, that's what it looks like. This guy here, when you unplug it, all the DRLs turn off, or at least the long one turns off, because I can't tell because the little one is off. It's out. So when you unplug this, they all turn off. So I'm assuming this runs to the DRLs, and there's that many connectors. I think it's 8 there. Yeah, eight wires. So I'm assuming there's 8 LEDs. I don't know. Anyways, it's not like the old one, the older one, where you could just replace this piece. So don't make the mistake I did. But if you have a 16 to 18 Camaro or 16 and up CTS, this part is the same exact part. This is the part number, made in Germany, whatever. So yeah, you can't take that out of these 19 and up Camaros because it's in the housing, it's inside the headlight. I messed around and tried to, peel these back a little bit to take off the housing, and I was like, I'm not doing all that, to be honest. I'm not trying to heat it because these are sealed with glue and whatever GM uses. So put that back in. So pretty much it sucks. $2,000 from Chevy or $350 off the whatever eBay or Amazon. So I was okay with that. However, what happened was I met up with this guy. He had a genuine GM part, whatever. He was selling it for $250. I went, and the reason why I have my bumper back on without my headlight is so I could go there and pretty much test out the headlight that he had. And when I plugged it in, all of his DRLs weren't working on this side. Just the headlight was working, but the day running lights were not working. He told me that we need to program it, and I don't know. I don't believe it. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but to me, I'm not, like, this here is not a big enough deal to spend that much money. Like, it bothered me, but not that much, okay? So if I'm being real with you guys, like, I'm not, I don't know, call me cheap, call me dumb, whatever it is, but if you could leave in the comments if you're a tech anywhere at GM related places, let me know if that's true, if the headlight DRLs do need to be programmed, because I do not have the lane assist. It's a 1LE. All it has is the PDR camera up there, so performance data recorder. So he was saying like, oh yeah, because it has auto high beam, my car does not have auto high beam. I know you need lane assist to have that feature. So anywho, this video is going to be like a 2-part annoyed, second part taking out how to take off the bumper. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that since I'm already here anyways. So here we are. All you'll need for this whole thing really is a 7mm and a Torx screw, but let me just go over this real quick. There's 12 under the bumper, little screws, whatever bolts. 8 upper, so that's like up there. The 12 under is like right under the splitter. There's 5 bumper defender, so the 5 is 1 all the way up here, 3 this way, and 1 down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 screws there. 4 headlight, that's the ones that go here and there, and when you take off the bumper you'll see the other other ones. These are trim. So what I was talking about is these guys here. I just took off 1, 2, 3, and up here is 4. I don't know if you can see it, but whatever. A lot of guys like to take off the tire. I like to struggle, or I'm lazy, so you don't have to take off the tire. I really didn't feel like it, so yeah, let me show you what that looks like. Side note, when I put my bumper back on, it's only being held on by 8 screws. Here, that's 2. The one over here and the other side, that's 4. And then 4 underneath, which are, you know, it survived. It's doing pretty good. A little wobbly, but it's all right. All right, so I'm gonna show you how I got down in here. Stuff out of my pocket. All right, so just peel this back. This is why I didn't feel the need to take off my tire. If you just turn it all the way, it'll work. So we're gonna take off this guy. A lot of guys take out this one, but you don't need to. I just took out this one. Boom. Just took it out. Now pops out just like that. Now it's loose. Let me continue. I'm gonna work down other side, do the other part of this, the opposite side, and then I'm gonna do the top bolts. Sorry guys, I forgot to cover this real quick. So like I said, it's barely hanging on by 8 bolts right now because I went to go test the headlight. But just to be 100% clear, there's that guy right behind the marker light. There's that one right there. That's 2, 3, 4. And then one all the way up there is 5. That's the worst one. So, well, there we go. That's the hole for it up there. So that one that we're looking at, the hard one, is up here. So that's gonna be the 5, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyways, back to what I was doing. I just don't want you guys to get confused because I barely put anything back on here because I didn't want to fully reinstall my bumper when I go test the headlight like I was talking about. Now I'm removing the bottom side. Don't mind the scratches on my diffuser, guys. Don't be mean, okay? Got a brand new one sitting right there. I just never wanted to install it because this one looked pretty all right to me, you know? Okay, I'm gonna remove this one for now. There's no need to record the rest of them. Look, like I don't have one in there right now. I have some towards the middle. You can see it right there, I think. Yeah, no, that's not it. That's a rivet. There it is. That's the one. Okay. So I'm gonna get these out and then I'll get back on the video. Another thing I want to mention, I don't know if I did already, you don't have to remove the rivets. These are connected to the bumper that connects your splitter. If you have a splitter, you don't have to take out the rivets. Don't go drilling in them. You don't have to take them out. I, however, need to because I was too lazy to remove it to take off my old wrap here, as you can see. So let me just continue. I just want to throw that in there. These are not required to remove if you want to take out your bumper. That's all. Be right back. All right, got the 4 removed for right now. I'm just gonna get in the car, turn my wheels so I can have some more room to do this side. So same thing, I just removed 1, 2, 3, and 4 torque screws to give myself some room, turn the wheel, and you can pretty much see everything you need to see. So be right back once I remove this guy right here. This should snap off like the other side, and then we can move on to the top. And after removing that 1 screw from right there, you'll see that this will just pop out just like that. And then we're gonna go ahead and remove these. One thing I forgot to mention, for the top, it's gonna be these torque screws. I'm not too familiar. I'm not a whole, full-on mechanic, but this is the piece you need. As far as size goes, there's 2, whatever, T15, I think it's called. I don't know. Just, you need one of these. Star heads, whatever. All right, I took off the top 2 or top 8, you know, first whatever works for you. And then pretty much what you're gonna do is pull this out and pull this forward. And I can't really do it with 2 hands right now, so, or 1 hand, so give me 1 sec. Okay, after about 5 seconds, I barely pulled on it and it came out. The most thing you wanna focus on, honestly, is these little guide pin things that go where they're supposed to go, but down here and up here. Let me pull this out a little bit more. Cool, broke the car, no problem. So the screws are a little easier to see here, the bolts. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then down here, you'll see this one is 5 right there. Okay, I'm gonna remove this. I'm actually gonna keep recording so you can see how, boom, just barely yanked it and it came out. So, chilling. I know some guys are freaking out like, dude, what are you doing? What's going on? No, it's all right, trust me. So, another thing, that little dangly thing you see there is the only thing on this particular model that you're gonna have to disconnect, and that is right here. So this guy was bolted or pushed into that hole. It was kind of a struggle to get it out of there because of the, I don't know, accessibility, I guess. But that controls your lower DRL lights. So these lights down here, okay? So once you disconnect that, that's literally it. Let me move on to the headlight, put it back on, and show you guys what I meant by the corner DRL not working. All right, guys, I'm gonna try to slap this back on real quick. First, I'm gonna plug it in, obviously. So take the old reliable masking tape off. Cool. All right. So we're gonna plug it in. It goes right here. Cool. Good. Nice and secure. I remember this kind of clamps to the side of it right there. Kind of whatever GM stuff. So things aren't rattling about. Okay. And what I'm really looking for is the guide pins you see here, or whatever you want to call them. This part's kind of annoying because it has to go through there, like so. Just goes in there. Cool. Thing lines up pretty nice. Gotta make sure. Okay. Okay, now that's pretty much lined up. I'm gonna just on the bolts, drop one. No big deal. I'm gonna just loosely put them on right now so I can maneuver it a little bit. The one down here. One up here. And the one I dropped up here. You see, this is why I'm doing it loosely, so I can still kind of push it around. I'm gonna just give it a little persuasion with the knee trick. Probably the worst part to put my knee because I'm gonna get a cut there, no problem. Okay. Okay, I didn't get it on camera, but what I did was hold this up with my hand while I tightened this in, so it was more centered like it was before. You can kind of see the prints that are left before. Just try to follow those as much as you can. And I'm going to continue tightening it down. Let's see. Let's go here. There goes his headlight. Just kidding. Let's good. You don't want to over tighten this because there's no reason to. It's good. And then the final one on top. This maneuver I learned in preschool. Just in case you lose one arm, you never know. You gotta get good with doing it with one arm. Okay. All right. Okay. Headlights back on. Let me show you guys what I was talking about. I'm sure you guys already know what I was saying, but okay. DRL working. This one's good. This one is not. So signal still works. Everything's good there. So I don't know. I'd rather just suck it up and call it a day, you know, instead of spending $2,000 or $400 or whatever dollars. It's just doesn't. This isn't worth it to me anyway. But yeah, let me continue putting on the bumper again. And so for this part, you're gonna see all the parts that go on to the bumper to put it back on. You can kind of see right now how many they got going. So my goal is to not have any of these guys laying on the table when I'm done. So see how that goes. Let me slap the bumper back on and show you as much as I can with one hand. So let's go. Just kidding. I found my little handy head mount that I used to make a car wrapping video. So I'm gonna try to use it again here. All right, bumper's here. My main focus is really, I'm focusing on this corner here to line that up with that point there. I really want to wipe this down, but okay, I wiped down the headlights because I'll never get a chance to do that again. All right, so I'm gonna lift it and try to line it up as best I can. I want to make sure the bottom portion there though goes underneath the bumper because you don't want to try to fix that afterwards. Okay, let's check on that real quick. Again, guide pins here. Trying to make sure they go in correctly. All right, that's in. I don't really want to finalize either side, to be honest, until I see the bottom is good, but see how it goes. Watching for this pin here. If you're fighting it, guys, there's something wrong. Let's check the bottom real quick. Hold on. All right, guys, so what I was just making sure of is for this part of the car to go under the bumper, because that's how it was before. You can see my old color. It's kind of nice. Good job, me. Anyways, so I can tell that the rest of it is going, so the bumper is overlapping the underside here, because those little metal clip things that they're both going to need to be behind the bumper, like that. So that means you're straight. Also, while I was down here, I was able to maneuver it better and got it in place. So that was weird but cool but awesome at the same time. Anyways, all right, if you guys remember, there is a plug that we need to plug in to run the marker lights as well as your day running lights down here. So that's gonna be right here. This is the one attached to the bumper, and I need to connect it over to this guy here. I didn't put the bumper all the way back on, so this can be a little easier to do. So let me do that real quick. And so I went ahead and connected it right over there. Let me try to zoom in there. It's connected. Just make sure your red tab is pushed. Jesus. Forward. There we go. let me zoom in. There we go. The tab is forward, so it locks in place just like that. Very satisfying click. And then what I did is put it back into the plastic push thing here, so it's mounted back where it's supposed to be. This is exactly how it was and exactly how we're going to leave it. Now we can persuade the bumper a little more and just push that back in, call it a day. Okay, and then we're going to screw this guy in. Since my tire is already turned that way, now what I'm going to do is work this way towards the passenger side. So let's go ahead and get the right hardware to put back. Oh, by the way, guys, these bolts here are all the same torque screws, same size that goes along the whole top right there, and I'll show you what that looks like. So I'm just screwing that piece in right there. 7mm. That is in. Always check your alignment just in case, you never know. This is popped out. Until we screw it in, it'll look nice. So give me 1 second. All right, so what I actually went ahead and did was I'm starting at the top because that's the most annoying one to get to. You can see it right there. I got it hooked in, and it's really impossible to film, guys, but it's gonna be that guy right there. So I'm gonna screw that in, and then I'm actually gonna work my way down to do that one, and then that one over there. So hang tight. I'm gonna show you how I'm getting there. Pretty much I'm just gonna be using this guy without the extension, obviously. I'm gonna take this, take that, put that on there, and I'm just reaching up there, guys. Like, it's, I mean, I have skinny hands, whatever, but I refuse to take off my tire, and I also believe that I can make it happen. And just like that, let me find it, do the good old feel around, and there we are. I don't know if you can see that, but is it hooked in? Okay, I'll be back after this is fully in there. Wait, I'm getting somewhere pretty quickly here. It's a long freaking bolt for what it is. I want you guys to see the satisfaction of. Oh my god, it hurts. It's almost there. It's hot in the garage and the phone's overheating, so excuse the overachiever, one-armed, whatever you want to call it. All right, it's in there. I don't want to over tighten it until I get all of the other bolts in there. So yeah, very annoying part to get. You're gonna get some bruises, but it's all right. We got it in there. So now we're gonna do the 3 that come down this way. All right, so now that I got those 3 in there, I'm gonna do the same thing. Just stick my arm in there and freaking tighten her down. Let's see if I can get something on camera so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'm gonna start at the top one up there. All right, there it is. That was easy, guys. Just kidding. It's absolutely the most annoying bumper I've ever had to take off. You can barely even get any movement. Oh. And I don't have the best tools on me right now. We're gonna do that. It's gonna take a while, so I'm just gonna pause this part. All right, guys, so you can see we got all them tightened down all the way up to the top, blah, blah, blah. Now I'm gonna put this trim back the wheel well apart where it's supposed to be. So I'm gonna push it back behind this little, because it has a little track that it's supposed to be on, like that. Don't mind my legs. All right, there we go. Important thing is to see those little metal clips that the screws go into, and back here as well. And it's fit all the way around. It's good. Good to go. Cool. Awesome. I'm gonna grab those torque screws that go in here real quick and slap them on. And by the way, guys, before you move forward with anything, after you plug stuff back up, before you finish everything, make sure stuff works that you plug back in. Luckily, both sides are working, so you know, we didn't get too far ahead of ourselves, but you know, it's always good to make sure so you don't finish and then it's not working. You know, that would be a nightmare. So just letting you know. All right, now that everything is on there, I just took off these 4 and put them back on right now. Everything is good. We're plugged in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are done. We're gonna move on to doing the bottom portion of the bumper, and that's 12 screws, bolts, damn it, you know what I mean. All right, guys, one thing I ran into is these are the metal clips that the bolts go into under the bumper, and as I was screwing them in, they were just not catching. So what I have to do is pretty much manually straighten these for this part to face down, and so when I screw these in, they actually catch, because they're not catching right now. So all right, so what I went ahead and did is grab that like this and then just pull that to the right, so that way they're aligned perfectly. And so I'm gonna do that to the other one, and I'm gonna try to get it on video real quick for you guys. Just prop my phone up there. So what I did is grabbed one of the actual bolts, put it into the crooked one, screwed it in about that much, grabbed it on this side, give it some room, grab this guy, old school stuff my dad taught me, and just straighten it out enough to see that it would be going in straight ahead when I go to screw these in. That's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you. So what I'm pretty much going to do is put these back on the long side towards the upper position, so when I go to screw it in, they catch, you know. Do the same thing to this side. I took it out so I can straighten it. And this happened because I probably from when I ran over a semi-truck tire, or if you're a trucker, it's called a gator. And pretty much all that happened was this crack here, another crack somewhere down here. Yeah, you can see it. Anyway, with that impact, I'm assuming that's what bent them, but we'll see if it works. All right, so we got all those done. Now I'm working my way through the passenger side. You can skip this part if you understand symmetry. So pretty much I'm just gonna do the same thing as the driver's side. So this guy here, and then this guy, that guy, and then over there, and then one more at the very, very top right here. So yeah, like I said, you can skip this part. I'm just gonna pause it anyway and put everything back on and show you how it looks after. All right, all 5 are on. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is like impossible to get on camera, so we're gonna try like this. Where am I? There it is up there, 5. So that's good. What I'm gonna do next is just push this behind, make sure it goes behind it. just torture our thumbs a little bit. No big deal. Okay. That's behind there. Just has to sit into the little doohickey. Don't mind my hitchhiker thumbs. And that looks good. That looks a little off. Oh, that's why. Gotta make sure the whole, there we go. It's a little dusty, but we will survive. I'm gonna just fit them in there with my hand for a little bit. Oh, God. Sucks. I'm new to this filming stuff, so forgive me if I'm a little shaky. A little dirt falling out of there. Pick this guy up. Put that in there. My little blinker is going out, by the way. Let's see if that's not blinker, but side marker. There you go. Pretty tough there. I know, I have to remove my wrap, and I should have probably did it when I took off my bumper, but whatever, bro. All right, that's all neat and tidy. Let's go ahead and take care of the top portion of the bumper. It's gonna be pretty straightforward. So it's these 8, 2, 4, 6, 8 bolts here, and some plastic clips that look like this, or yeah. So let's get started on that. These ones are a little weird. I've never seen them before. They just have a little, I don't know, plastic piece that goes around them. I'll do them first so I don't forget. I think they were these ones, like that look like that a little bit, and this kind of goes in alignment to what's going on around it. A lot of it is just common sense. It's pretty chill. Just get them lined up first. Everything's lining up pretty nicely. We got pretty lucky today. That's on there. And this one also, let me line it up just like that. Get it nice and tight. And just kind of get a feel for what's overdoing it. When you hear things like that, you should probably stop. Put the plastic, what do you call them? Clips, I guess? I don't know. This one's kind of worn out, but it'll do. Okay. And then 2, 4, 6 left here. This is my little coffee station. Hang out, chill. I have my own little cars and coffee situation going on. That's good. No reason in overdoing it. 8 freaking screws and 2 plastic. It's a little overkill, but it'll do. You know, it's how they're designed to be. So we'll just do it right. This plastic piece also comes off. I just kept it, so you don't need to take it off. But I'm really glad I wiped down the upper part of my headlights, because it's real picky. Car show judges can get a little crazy, you know? I'm just kidding. Look at this thing. It's a mess. But anywho. Performance. Heck yeah. Oh my gosh. The last, well, it's screw. Okay, we're done did. Everything looks good. I think honestly guys, in my next video, I'm brand new. This is my first video, all right? So come here, break. I think I'm gonna, oh, it worked. I was gonna say, I think I'm gonna get those cool little ones. I'm not gonna do white or whatever everyone else does. I want the amber and the red. That looks a little weak. Anywho, I think I want to do that just for content, and I don't want to be a mechanic. Just want to do it for fun. But let me show you guys. Everything's working. Hang on one second. Let me get you off of my little head contraption. Okay. So when I unlock it, you'll see. That's still not working, obviously, but this is plugged in and working. Headlights are working. I don't feel as scared to drive anymore. I think I'm gonna just live with that little LED not working, or HID, whatever you call it, day running light. But yeah, next video we're putting a Whipple. Just kidding, I wish. Maybe in the future, who knows? I hope I can quote this later and be like, remember when? No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Long story short, I don't know. I don't know how you guys like to spend your money and go about fixing little stuff like this. I thought it was going to be as easy as replacing this module right here, but I was wrong. It's all good. I hope someone got something out of this video. If you run into it, just, I don't know, if you're balling out like that, just get a new one. And I even debated doing the little car showy, colorful RGB, whatever, LED headlights that do all the crazy tricks and stuff like that, but I'm not the type. If I was gonna spend money on that, I would go get a flex fuel sensor for this one, like my last one, and just go performance. I'm not into that knickknacks and doodads. So anyway, if you guys got anything out of this video, if it helped you out at all, let me know. Comment, like, subscribe, whatever they do. This is my first video again, so I'm sorry if it's all crappy, but let me know if you have any questions. I'll reply to every single one of them. Okay, thanks guys, have a good one.